Hello everyone, today I'll be showcasing the Coda Bubonico, which is the Coda version of the Bubonico. It features increased stats compared to the normal one and has a new spool-up mechanic on its primary fire where if you hold down the button and continue firing, your fire rate will ramp up. Now I do have two builds for the weapon. One will be for the primary fire, which is just a spool-up shotgun attack, where it will be a corrosive and cold build, and then the other build will be for the old fire, which is a burst fire explosive, and it'll be a corrosive and blast build. Now first I'll be showing the old fire build, which is the corrosive and blast one. First I have prime point blank for damage, galvanized hull for multi-shot, shotgun savvy for status chance, prime chilling grasp and scattering phono, these will mix to give blast, and a bit of status chance. Toxic barrage and shell shock will mix in to give corrosive, and then the final mod here is shotgun elementalist, will increase status damage and increase magazine capacity by 60%, which does go quite a long way. And then over here in the X-List mod, I just have galvanized acceleration for increased projectile speed. This isn't necessary and it's just more quality of life. Now the arcane I'm using here is Primary Crux, where on weak point hits, you'll gain 30% status chance and 6% ammo efficiency for 10 seconds, which stacks up to 10x. Now, as this is a lich weapon, you obviously get a bonus element to the weapon. I currently have cold at 39.8%, so it'll add a bit of damage. And here are the stats for the build. The enemies I'll be testing against is 20 corrupted Veganers with the Steel Path modifier on at enemy level 160. Now for the demonstration, it's pretty easy to stack a Primary Crux. You can just shoot your Primary Fire once and then you have 10 stacks. And then you can just start spraying your ult fire, and as you can see, it does great damage, blows up all enemies. And because you have Primary Crux, you gain a bunch of increased status chance and ammo efficiency, which helps a lot. Now once again, I'll show it again. I'll just show from up here. As you can see, it's pretty nasty for just clearing out crowds, does a bunch of damage. And it's not like the primary fire is too bad too. In fact, I could just show off the primary fire here. You can see, it's alright, but obviously most of the damage will just be in the primary fire, old fire, as you can just bombard completely carpet bomb enemies. Pretty low effort, just aim their way and just shoot your old fire, and then that's good. One last little demonstration. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun to use. Battery style weapon, and you can just hold down your ult fire and blow up enemies. The next build here will be obviously for the primary fire, prime point blank for damage, galvanized hull for multi-shot, galvanized savvy for status chance and gun condition overload, prime ramage for critical damage, shell shock and toxic barrage. These will mix to give you corrosive. Then I have critical deceleration to increase critical chance by a bunch, and then prime chilling grasp to get cold damage. And obviously I have galvanized acceleration here for quality of life, it's not necessary. And then obviously the arcane is really important, where I have primary frostbite, where on cold status effect, I'll gain 3% critical damage and 2.25% multi-shot for 12 seconds, which can stack up to 40x. And then here are the stats for the build. Now before I get into the second demonstration, I'd really appreciate if you could drop a like or subscribe, as that would help me out a lot. Thank you. Now for the demonstration, first it's really easy to stack up primary frostbite, as you just need to shoot your ult fire a little bit, and then you prime enemies with viral and a bunch of other status chances, status effects, and you obviously stack up your arcane. And then as you can see here, it does pretty nasty damage. A single shot will one-shot these heavy gunners without any issue, and because you have a nice amount of punch on the weapon, it'll obviously punch through and kill a bunch of enemies behind them. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty stark difference in ult fire. As you can see, I can just show here. The ult fire will not do as much damage, obviously, but the primary fire is just a one-tap machine. And it's so satisfying with the punch through, just completely killing every enemy. So yeah. One last demonstration. Just prime them up with ult fire, and then just shoot with your primary fire. You'll get a bunch of nice yellow crits that do a good amount of damage. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video and get the weapon yourself, as it's a very solid and strong weapon. And it's pretty damn cool too. It's a massive infested on cannon. Thank you for watching and goodbye.